got the feeling in your bones, make you feel right at home.
Lean to Shredded, episode 4 of 4. So this is the last in the series. If you haven't seen the other episodes, I will link that above, right up here. So today we will talk extensively about nutrition. So I'm ending the cut. I'm going to maintain my weight. I think you're going to learn a lot. So look, if you like this video, do me a favor, like the video. If you're interested in content like this, subscribe to the channel. This is Lean to Shredded, episode 4. Let's get into it.
Ain't looking back, ain't looking back, ain't looking back.
What you'll notice is that I ate the same breakfast throughout the entire cut. Reason being is because that is the perfect breakfast for my goals. I have naturally high cholesterol. I've been battling with it since I was 17 years old. I noticed that if I keep my fiber nice and high, I can keep my cholesterol nice and low. So the oatmeal is non-negotiable. And the eggs, that is the gold standard when it comes to protein. So I have eggs every single morning. Get a little bit more into my morning routine. I always wake up early enough so I can read for a half hour. What I'm reading right now, this is actually reading it again, is Atomic Habits. Also today, I'm meeting up with Zach to work on some YouTube stuff, also work on some gym stuff. I'm gonna head out to a property. I'm gonna finish up a renovation because I have a showing on Friday. Okay, so that is my day today. So let's get into it. Since I'm done cutting today, my meals are gonna be a little bit different. I'm actually gonna bump my calories up slightly, okay, just slightly. I did a video a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, called How to Use MyFitnessPal to Maintain Weight. Those are basically the principles that I'm gonna follow. So some people might consider it a reverse diet, but more or less all I'm gonna do is just bump my calories up a little bit, by about 10%. I'm gonna ride that out. If my weight either goes down or stays the same, if it goes down, I'm gonna add 10% more. If it stays the same, those are my maintenance calories, okay? So eventually my body is gonna, I guess, catch up with that. As you are in a calorie deficit, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, your NEAT, basically goes down, okay? As it goes down, basically that's your part of your metabolism, if you will, that starts to go down. When you are getting used to those calories, your NEAT starts to climb back up. So I wouldn't be surprised if I can bump my calories just a little bit and my weight continues to go down. So that is the stepwise fashion that I'm actually taking.
What's up?
You wanna be famous, Nick?
Oh, you better believe it.
You wanna be famous? What about you, Lyle? You wanna be on YouTube?
Oh, what do you do? YouTube stuff.
Zach is doing his own 10-week challenge. If you're interested in seeing his journey, he's trying to lose some weight, he's trying to get into some real estate. He's basically using 10 weeks to step his life all the way up. Make sure you watch his videos as well. Now let's get into the lifting.
We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change.
Getting into the training portion now. I said this in the last video, I'm gonna say it again. How you train to build muscle is a great stimulus for training to maintain it. Now you're not gonna be as strong, you probably aren't gonna recover as much, so you gotta actually factor that in when you're building your program. But honestly, if you lifted hard and fairly heavy to build your body, you should be lifting hard and fairly heavy to maintain it. Obviously, you're gonna have to make some adjustments here because you just don't have the same substrates to recover. But what you see is the same principles I put into place when I was losing weight are the principles I'm putting into place now that I'm maintaining it. Just to recap, if this is the first time watching, I like to start with a peak set. In this case, I deadlifted 495 for a set of 5. I dropped it by 10% each set. I did 4 total sets of deadlift. I then did sets of glute ham raise, and I finished it off with some sled drags and sled presses. I'm really starting to fall in love with the sled drag. I do believe that it helps my knees. I got that from the knees over toes guy, obviously, who hasn't gotten it over the knees over toes guy, but I think it's a fantastic add-on to my leg day.
You must be blinded by the lights, lights.
This will be somewhat controversial, but it's my experience. But there is this conception that there's this anabolic rebound after a hard diet. So basically, you would diet for X amount of weeks, you get extremely lean, and then when you start eating again, you can aggregate slabs of muscle mass extremely quickly. I'm not gonna say that's fake, okay? Because there are a lot of people that say that it's true, a lot of reputable coaches that say that it's true. I have a theory behind it though. I think once you start eating more food, you're not gonna gain a rapid amount of fat mass, just like you're not gonna gain a rapid amount of muscle mass. I think largely those first several pounds are gonna be intramuscular glycogen, so the actual, I guess, substrates you have in your muscle cells to help you lift more weights. That's why you're gonna feel stronger. It's gonna be water, okay? You're gonna be able to retain a little more water, and it's also gonna be intestinal mass, so the actual food circulating through your system. So once you start eating again, don't be surprised if you start to creep up a little bit faster and you still look extremely lean, but you're not really aggregating muscle mass, not like dry tissue weight that you see bodybuilders are able to aggregate. Oh, this person gained X amount of weight in a year. I think that what is best for almost everybody is to slowly step your calories back up. Okay, not go from 2,000 like I was eating all the way up to 3,500 calories and be like, oh, it's the anabolic rebound, I'm gonna gain slabs of muscle mass. Probably not, okay? A better approach is to slowly increase your calories over time, like I talked about earlier. That way you can control the weight that you're gaining. So again, this is a little bit controversial because everybody has an opinion on this anabolic rebound. I'm not gonna say it's fake, I'm just gonna say it's overrated. Now, it is about 12 o'clock. Since it's 12 o'clock, spent the morning here, gonna spend some of the afternoon working on some real estate. Almost done with one of my renovations. I should have it rented out by Friday, so we'll take a look at that. I'm sure some of you recognize this unit. If you follow the channel, you know I evicted the person that was living in here. It needed some work, so I'm doing some of the work, contracting out some of the other work. So if there's things I can't do or won't do, I'll contract that out. For instance, there were some carpet repairs. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. Contracted it out. There were some plumbing repairs. I won't do that because I'm not touching somebody else's shit, so I contracted it out. But this is what's cool. Since I know real estate agents in this area, I have a good network. And this sounds cliche, but your network is your net worth. So I already have several showings scheduled for this unit, and I have not listed it yet. Several showings scheduled for this unit on Friday. I will almost certainly have it rented by Friday evening. Now let's talk about nutrition. When you are in a situation like this, you don't have your measuring cups, you don't have your scale, you don't have it, pre-designed. This is a strategy that's far from accurate, but will work in a pinch like this. So let's say you want to figure out, okay, I'm gonna have one serving of almonds. I like to average out what one small handful of, let's say, almonds is. How many grams do I get? So what I like to do is figure out, okay, if I take 10 handfuls, take a handful, measure it, put it back, take a handful, measure it, put it back, make sure your hands are clean. Then I can average that out and be like, okay, I know roughly what this looks like, how many servings I'm getting when I take one small handful of almonds. And that's exactly what I did. So nutrition wise, what I did when I was working in here, I'm sweating my ass off, it's hot as hell, is had these to munch on. Remember, I'm bumping my calories up by 200. I had a serving of almonds. Okay, again, not 100% accurate, but still a good strategy to have. Let's say you know you're gonna go to a party, you're gonna do something where there's gonna be this finger food around. Kind of have an idea on what you're getting yourself into. That way you can carry a measuring tool with you all the time. Now, finish with property for the day, have to head back to the gym, work with some customers, get a couple more meals in, finish the day.